Why, hello there. Ah, I'm blurry today. Alright, hang on. 1 second. Let's make sure that's good. And I'll get around to fixing that in just 1 second here. That's good. Everything's up. That's up. Alright, perfect. Hang on. Let's see if it falls on its face. And it does. Excellent. One day. One day. Cancel that. Discard. Unplug. Plug in. Change that. Oop. It got worse. Now it's better. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So. We're back on real work today. We had fun this weekend. Are my titles all messed up right meow? No. But I'm in the wrong category. Hang on. My titles get updated here, but not there. And boop. That goes there. I will also need to check you. Sense technology. Okay, perfect. We have fixed all that. All right. So we were working on some stuff. All right. So nothing has changed here, but over my weekend, I did write the models and controllers for the templates. So those are in, and I also wrote a model for difficulty checks so that we have those ready to rock as well. Now, I think, yeah, we're at the putting it in the template stage here. So in our template bar, we want a tab, like a tabbed widget. And we looked this up, and it was a thing that Flutter supported. So that's a thing. Work with tabs. And they were saying that we should... They're doing it in a scaffold. Whoa, man. Where'd you go there? Which is fine. The wrinkle we're going to have here is that we want a button down in this footer that adds a new template of whatever type we are in. So that's going to be a thing. My lighting is a little crazy. There we go. If I did a scaffold, I wonder if I could still put that footer down there and then swap it out. Here's the thought. Otherwise, we'd have to do some sort of a state switch in the widget when we tab. Obviously, there is some kind of an on-click handler, right? Because it toggles on a click. So their example here, if it'll come up, DartPad is always kind of slow. Um, there we go. We played with this and we were able to change the order of these icons and get it to display the different one, right? So obviously there's a click handler of some kind in there. Length is 3. Oh, they put the scaffold inside the tab controller as well. Let's take a look at these docs real quick. So in this one, page updates in tab bar and tab bar view. So yeah, on tab changed. Okay. And then the index. So we could hook into that. They're doing a scaffold in both cases, though. And I kind of wonder... Void dispose. Did they do anything about disposing here? No. So we have some options, essentially, is what we're learning from this. Default tab controller listener, on tab changed, okay. And then this example they got going on here. If it'll load for us. I also need to get some of that going. For me. Okay, I thought I ran you already. Maybe you're broken. Okay, so we got places to start, essentially, is what we're learned. So, let's do... It's got to go inside of all this stuff. Because we still need our reload. So it's going to end up in here. I don't think we need a center. We can add it back if we do. Or not material, tab controller. This is going to be a length of 2. And then child. Scaffold, we'll just follow along here. App bar is an app bar. Bottom to put the buttons on the bottom of the app bar makes sense. It's a tab bar widget. It has a list of tabs. Is that what you are? We'll find out. Yes, that's what you are. I don't want actually icons here. I want a text that says rooms. Why do you throw... Oh, because a tab has an icon. Probably just a child. There we go. And then connections. All right. All right. I don't hate that completely. I don't want this on the bottom though. What do I have other options? Bottom. Preferred size widget. Bottom. Flexible space? Title. What about title? Can I put you there? I can. That's much, much closer to what I want. I would love for you... I don't think I can do this. I'm gonna try it though. Nope. I can try it here too. No. I was afraid of that. So. Get that back up there. I want you to be the full width, though. Why aren't you? Oh, we have a padding on here, I think. That's why. We're not going to need a padding in this case because... Or do we? We put you... Visibility. Container box decoration. Border all. We don't have a padding. Interesting. Where are you getting that inset from then? Give me widget select mode. I have questions for you. Scaffold. Tab controller. Expanded is already in there. Okay, interesting. And then that's that. That's the header there. You have something governing you. Okay. If we were to put this back to, what was it, bottom. then it's trying to, okay, so it's a function of that. So I need to figure out in app bar here, leading. Nope, that doesn't do it. Is there just a center title? There's also title spacing. Edge insets geometry too. We'll do that. And then title spacing. Basing on title content on the horizontal axis. Title take all space available, set this value to 0.0. Okay. There we go. Better. All better. The other thing is that looks like crap. Can I... Do I care, I guess, is the question, because you really shouldn't be making things that small. What happened there? Oh, just some sort of a UI glitch. I think I'm going to leave it that way. Because we already... If you get dumb with it, we already hide you. Which is a much more valid use case. The other thing I guess I could do is I could say... perhaps something along the lines of a tab property. Nope. Is there anything in tabs? Is scrollable. I probably don't want that. Unselected label style. There's a controller for it, but I don't think I want to do anything with that. It's probably fine. I thought there was a clip behavior in here somewhere. Was it up here? No, it was in app bar. Clip behavior. What are you? You're a clip. And I alias? What do you do? Not a lot. Is there a way? Let's say tab bar overflow, or not really overflow, but get width. Is scrollable is true. I don't particularly want that. Oh, you can put the tabs inside of containers. Okay. But I don't think that really gets me what I want. What if I did Flutter tab bar text overflow? Everybody keeps saying to use is scrollable true. I don't think that's what I want, but I'm gonna mess with it. Find out. Just for funsies. Except for it's not scrolling now. Oh yeah, that just hits reloaded. Let me rebuild. Don't think this is exactly what I want. Where did you go? Yeah, that's just making things worse. Back to that. My divider went missing now. What's up with that? There it is. Okay. Can I... Oh, you know what? I think it might be on text. Yeah, overflow on text. What about that? Overflow... Hang on, there's something else that came up. No, okay. Ellipsis. What if we did that? Ellipsis. Oh, I forgot to do what it is. There we go. Yes, good. That makes me pleased. Okay. So now we have that. So. There's the app bar part. And then they're saying content for each tab, and they're putting it in the body here. Move this real quick. So we have app bar, body. Const tab bar view with some children in it. I think they're just widgets, but they're not that. They're a list. And then we have, in this case, just icons. But in our case, let's do a test. So we want text, and then this is rooms is first. Text. Connections is second. So if this is correct, we should be able to toggle between. And we can't. Okay, perfect. It's ugly, but that's fine, because we're going to start bringing in widgets of our own now. Specifically, ooh, actually, hang on. I need to double check. What do we have built so far? Connection template and room template. We have just the controllers and the models. That's fine. We want the... Where do we want this to go? For now, we can probably put the controller in here at this level. Because it'll get loaded. It'll load the file data when map editor gets started in theory. Or do we want to pass it down? Let's do it here for now, and then if we have to lift it up, we can. That's not a problem. It won't be in build, though. It'll be in here? No. Because we're going to have to pass it in. Well, that's the decision, right? Let's just do it here. So we need a room template controller. Your file path, and we're just going to whack in a const here real quick. This will be room template file path. Where are we going to put you? In the old client, we put you... I don't have that open. Editor old. Map editor, we put the templates inside here. I don't think I love that. What if... It's kind of buried, right? And part of the reason we're doing this in JSON is because it's human readable. So that you can go in there and fix anything if you need to. Or look at it. If for some reason you don't want to run the editor. What if we just put it at the root of the editor folder? Which, if I'm not mistaken, we should be working from in Dart. So if we just did, not even in lib, but in editor. And we do a directory. If we called you map templates. And then we also need to account for the fact that a file might not exist. We'll do that here in just 1 second. But you're going to be map templates, and then... What did we do before? We just called it rooms. We're going to call you room templates now. And then I'll go back and spell that correctly. You in there like so. This, and then that. Beautiful. Loves that. And then in here, let me look. Get a little bigger. I think what I want to do here is put in a what do we got going on here? Oh, Flutter plugin needs updating. Okay, cool. I want to break this out into a widget, I think. All right, fine. We'll restart you to fix my plugins. Don't do anything. I'll just do that. Because I'm working with the Flutter plugin, so, you know, probably important. Okay. So I want to break this out into a widget. I think. Downloading something, okay. So I'm thinking that I probably put you in here. Under map editor itself, right? Well, no, because these need to be different forms inside of there. So I guess you're going to go in room template. Because the amount of code that they're going to share is very small, actually. They're going to need a save and delete button. They're going to need a border and some padding, probably. Probably a margin and padding. I think that's going to be it. Okay, so. We could pull that out. I don't know that it really makes any sense to. We're going to put you in here for now. We're going to say room template form widget. That needs to come in. I think you have to be stateful too, because oh, that's a typo. There we go. You're gonna need hex controllers and something else. I need to look at my screenshot here. This one. Yes, okay, so this needs to drop down. Yeah, this has to be... Oh, we need to use our number spinner too. Good thing we built the widget. So we need that to be stateful for sure. Okay. So this will be to start with. And then this is state creates state, I believe. It'll look like that. It will be that. That's the wrong symbols. Forgot. Build context, that's important. Okay. And then in here, instead of our this, we will do template form, which takes nothing right this second. Oh, we didn't restart you after we reloaded. Okay, so where there you are. All right, so we got our hello world in there. Now we could, in fact, we'll pull this out into the widgets for the map widgets, the sub widgets, if you will. We're gonna call you sure. We need you. You can be stateless because you're gonna have that. This. That. That. I don't even need this, actually. No. Duh. I need that. Okay. So what I really want to do here is that. And then in here, I can say that so that I can start building this up. And we still have our hello world in there. Perfect. Now, you decoration, box decoration. border all. And what have we been using for color? We've been using theme of, context, primary color, I think, just directly. No. Hang on. Where do I have a box? Right here I have a box. Right around you I have a box. Border color, which is primary color light. Like that. Okay. Now, I also need... do you have a margin? You have a margin. It's a edge insets. All for this one. Actually, it's symmetric. Let's do 20 and 20 for just a starting point to have a look-see. Okay. That's decent on the edges. And I think I want a little less horizontally. No. Vertically. Yeah. That looks more better to me. This widget is huge, right, Meow? But we'll get to that in a second. This guy is going to need to be scrollable as well. The parent here. This is going to be a list of these guys. Double check this really quick. Oh, yeah. That's fine. Okay. So the padding. We need a padding. Do we want to double up on it? I don't hate that. Why are you huge, though? Is it because... Is it because of your being in the body? I don't know. We'll worry about that in a second, though. For right meow, we just want to build the thing. Okay, so that's a decent start for that. Concerned that this won't be wide enough, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it as well. So we have a template container, and then. These will each be a list item eventually. Which I guess we could do. You're not expanded, right? Yeah, you're just a child. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's do... It's list view dot builder. Is that you end up going in here? This is like that. I don't remember. Let's go look it up. See how close I am. List view class. That's just the list view. List view dot builder. Okay. Item builder. Build context. I got there. Int index. That's what I was missing. That's pretty dang close. I'm happy with that. Okay. So in order to get this to be correct though, okay, that's better. Much better. And this automatically makes it scrollable as well. Okay. But we only want we'll just hard code you to 2 for a second. Perfect. Love this. Everything I wanted in life. Now you need to have up here final room template controller. We'll just call you controller in here. This will make you nullable. Just thinking about behaviors here. We'll make that an option. There we go. This I can't make that null, so just controller. This is widget.controller. Not equal to null. If that's true, dot items dot length. Otherwise, that's also not wrong place. It's not allowed to be null if we're in here. We just checked it. Otherwise, we say 0. Okay. Yes. Love that. And meow, in here, we can say controller is room widget dot. No, we put you in here. What the heck did I call you? Room template controller. You should probably be lowercase. What? What? Oh, wrong one. Duh. Just to make sure we know these are private. And I put you up there, so I shouldn't have to widget dot you. You're just why can't I reach you? Oh, because it's a constant. Okay. We can take that out. Okay. And the length of the items currently is 0 because we did not up here, as we need to, override void. It's not init. It's something else. We haven't done it here. We did it in here. Init state, that's what you are. Void init state. We call super on you. And then Actually, I don't even need to do... I don't think we need to... Oh, we need to do you in here, though, for the sake of being able to await you. Which we do want to do. I think. We also want to do a load the same way we did over there. We need to make you async so that we can say from template controller load items. We await that. And we await load items there as well. I don't think we can make init state async. Actually, you know what I want to do? I think I want to wrap this into a single await so they can fire off both at the same time. How do I do that again? I think, okay, I can make this whole thing a future void. And then that needs to be async still. And then I let the parent control the awaiting. And then I don't think I can do this. I can't. I could do it. In here as a post frame callback. I'm allowed to do that. And I think I will. And then also in here, instead of here, we don't do that. We that. We need to make you async. And now, boop. Oh. Yeah, okay, yeah, I forgot about that. There's no file yet. Okay, that's fine. Let's fix that while we're here. But first, let's go ahead. I redid my setup a little bit, and now I can actually use my drop-down terminal again, and I'm so happy. Okay. All of this good for now. Drop in the start of the room templates widget. Perfect. You. Actually, do we want to do that or no? So what we did before. In the other widget. And I think we might want to do again. Because we're dealing with file reading and stuff, which could be an issue. In here, List of exceptions. Exception. Boop. Like so. In here, when we load, first of all, we say, and this I think I need to underscore. Ooh, but I can't do that. It can't be final, which is fine. Because it's inside of state. So that's cool. This is, if I could type today, it's just a new empty list. So we clear out whatever we did have. And then Twitch gets some ads. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to it when it came up, so didn't warn you. Okay, so in here we need to catch these. We need to try catch this both of these and add them, and then we'll check it up in the up. But I'm gonna use this opportunity to get a drink really quick, so I'll be right back. That's okay. I'm also blurry again. Hang on. Let's fix that. One of these days, I will dig into why the camera periodically just decides to forget how to focus. There we go. All right. So in here, we try you. We catch the exception. We add the exception. What are you mad about? Object? Oh. We need to do that. You do have a body. Oh, dark core isn't imported. Okay. Am I doing this incorrectly? Hang on. How did I do you over here? Oh, I just... Okay. I did this. Oh. I wrapped you. Which I do want to do, because I want to add the context of which thing failed. There we go. And then we do the same thing in here. And actually, I should take these awaits out of here. Otherwise, they're going to run in sequence, I believe. You are connection templates there, like so. Hang on, I need to change that up. It's too sleepy for me. And that's broken, so I need to do this. some reason Spotify has started refusing to turn on shuffle unless I do it in the app. So super obnoxious. Okay. Let me actually just chuck myself a note in here. Remove sequential awaits for loading data in status effect. Check for this in other widgets. Fix if needed. Just make myself a little note while we're working through this. We'll do that before we wrap this part up. Okay, so we got that in there. This now reloads. The thing that we need to do now is if body in here. Right here, we say less than 1. Then we do this. All of this. Otherwise, oops, wrong character. Otherwise we do we can use his empty. Okay. We're gonna do here center list view. I can just do you without builder, right? Yeah, just children. Because you're a very, very simple list. We do how do we do you? I think you're just inside a parens here. Or maybe not. This. We do that. That. And then we do floating action button, let's just say. Child is a text. Retry. What are you mad about? Oh, it should be the last in this. Okay, whatever. On pressed. We reload the data, or try to. Okay. So if we reload, I forgot to I need to set state when I do this, I believe. Can I do this instead? I believe I can. Yes. Okay. Up here, I need to do the same thing. Meow. Oh, that's right. I'm not allowed to do that in the... okay. I forgot. Oops. We need to put you here. We await, and then we set state. Otherwise, Dart gets cranky, even though it says, theoretically, I can do it. Okay, let's give it a shot. Shoop. We got those. Why don't I get... I would also need to do it here, same way. Just for good measure while I'm thinking about it. Let's do that real quick. Why aren't you catching? Where did I screw up? You're not in build. Create you, but we don't load you. I have forgotten something. Is it... Did I forget to make these futures? Shouldn't be. Shouldn't have. Let's double check. Nope, you're there. You try. You await. You catch. You throw. What the heck? Oh, you know what? I have to await here. Otherwise, this gets chucked up there. That's why I did that. Okay. Well, it's got to be what it's got to be. So we'll take these out. You, however, I need to do... I'm sure I did it over here. I want to make you error color text. theme of. Okay, color. Oh, it's a style. Style, which is a text style, which has a color. Which is theme of context, color scheme, like so. All right. Our loading room templates. No such file. Error reading templates from file. No file. Okay. I would like... This is already centered. There you are. You're centered, but I would love this to be... spaced out a little bit more, but there is... I thought there was... There's padding. Could do that. And we'll do 10 and 10 just as a starting point. That's better. I like that more. I'd like these to be split out a little bit. And is there a... There's a padding, which we got. Child count. Seems like a weird oversight to not have a way to set. Butter, list, view, space. Between children. I have to use a layout builder for that? For a list view? No. That's the other way to do a list. Column. I want a list view, though. They're saying to put them in rows. I don't want to. Fine, I will. Row. That's mildly infuriating. But fine. One more of them. Wait, no. You up here. There we go. Except for not. Oh, right, yes, because that goes around there. Okay, but that makes you overflow. I don't think this works. I think this makes things worse. Well, it did make them worse, but it didn't make them any different. Sometimes, Flutter, you infuriate me. If you're going to make me add 50 lines to do a thing that sucks more... then I'm going to... do other things instead. Okay, that goes there. What if I put a container around you? Oh, I can't put a size box there then, because you're a single child sort of guy. But I can do, not padding, but margin. Symmetric. I actually don't think I need any more horizontal. I just need the vertical. Then you look like that, which is much nicer. Like, we're not trying to paint the Mona Lisa here, but we want it to be friggin' readable. Alright. And then maybe down here... loading action button. I'm gonna rebuild this so that stops complaining about its life. We could put a box here. Say just 20 for height here for funsies. The other thing that I could do is a column. And I could do that. Like that. And then instead of this container, I go back to that. And then here, not here, here, spacing, 20, 40, 40 better. Yeah, let's do that. That makes my retry smaller too, which, but, you know, I'm not sure I'm allowed to do this. Nope. I would have to do this, I think. And then I think I need to ditch this one as well. That one. That's still not super happy about life. Okay. I was afraid that would be the case. So I guess it's a matter of, do I want to do this, or do I want to just bang in a container around them? I'm okay with this. This is decent. Okay. Let's go with that. For now. If we decide we want to change it later, we can. we're going to go ahead and create now. I don't want to automatically create these, I don't think. Or do I? Decisions. If I automatically create it, there's a possibility of like you writing data in weird places. If I don't automatically create it, there's a possibility of errors. I'm gonna default to errors for now. Because if we pave over them, somebody might load this up and go, oh, I don't have any templates, I need to go make them all. If something weird happened, right? So, we're going to just make it. We're going to go into editor. We decided you were at the root of here. We're going to make a directory. I'm in the wrong editor, wrong ID. Yeah, I think so. Oh, we already made you. It's the map templates. Where are you? I'm blind. There we go. We'll make a new file in here. We're going to call you, what did we say? Room templates JSON. And the other one, connection templates JSON. And then I'm going to pull in this like so. Wait, no. I'm in the wrong file. This one. Nope, I lied. I was in the right one. But we changed our fields ever so slightly because I decided I liked some things better. I don't know what that noise was. Room templates, though. We do have one in here. And this also, we have another field. I'm pretty sure just one. But let me... Room template model. We made you called UUID. That's what you are. Name, and we're gonna just call you foo room because you're just really a test piece of data for right meow. There's no data object because it was silly to have one. That came from just the layout of the data in the Go version. Description. So we're gonna clean this up while we're in here. This should have been a little different to begin with here. There. The same, we need to go to connection template while we're here. But it's going to be mostly the same, I think. UUID. UUID. And then a name. Foo connection. Name. Bar. Connection. The idea being that you might want to give it a name to kind of organize it. And I'm thinking we should do a filter for the name as well to kind of make it easier to navigate your templates if you get to be to the point where you have a lot of different templates that you have saved for, like, let's say a water room or something, right? That was my thinking. Okay, so these description, I should do this is what I should do. Enter message. It's going to become message to match our other and this should be caps. Our other files all use snaky case. Pretty sure. Let me double check. Yes. Yes. Okay. Snaky case it is. And we'll just be consistent with ourselves. Okay. And then leave message. Okay. .dc. Skill ID. What did I call you? You're in check templates or model rather. Ooh, I didn't rename. I need to rename you. You are the model. Skill ID. I left. I just made it snaky case. And DC just became DC. Whoops. Do that. Do that. And then I missed that. Becomes that. All right. And let me also, we're gonna do why are you not? Connection template. Those go in. Difficulty check model is already in. That goes in. Wait. What were you changed? Oh, the import, duh. Yeah, you can get staged. We'll just break this out into a commit, rename, connection template, controller test, yeah. Rename difficulty check model match, or to include fact that it is a model. Okay. And then we can do add templates for rooms and connections. That'll help later if I have to dig through and figure out where I broke things. Okay, now, should be able to come up in here, reload, and then we got our hello world. And connections we haven't done anything with, meow. Now that they're loaded, beverage time. Now that they're loaded, when we come in, let's tidy up. We have too many things open. That's done for now. That's done for now. That's done for now. In here, no. We're done with that. We're done with that. We're done with that completely. Unless something has to change about it. In here. When we build our listy list, actually we need it's in room template. Oops, that's the model. This one. Closed one too many. Okay. In here, we have a length. This right here is going to be controller items at index. You're not null. You're not allowed to be in this case. The name. For funsies, don't actually need string interpretation or interpolation, but then foo room shows up, right? So that's working correctly. Now, do I want to build? No. This isn't really the form widget. I don't want to conflate the two. We're just going to call you room template widget. Hey, TWIG, how's it going? It's going all right. How's it about you? Let's add a template widget. Oop, nope. Not what I meant. Room template form. You... I might be able to get away with putting this one, making this one stateless. Pretty good, rock on. Because it occurs to me that I want to break this up a little bit further. Am I running Linux? Yes. Thinking... Put a pin in that. This one, though, will need to be... Because we're moving the form in here. Template form. Super key state init state that because the last two people I viewed had the Linux tag were actually running Windows and playing Arc Raiders. Gotcha. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Yep, nope, I'm running Pop OS right meow. Okay. What are you... I do have the override tag. Template form. Build. That. What's going on here? What did I mess up? Have you heard of the ASRock BC250? Nope. I don't really follow hardware. Oh, you don't override. What did I mess up? It's create state, not init state. That's what's going on. Okay. Meow. This guy is going to need to be provided with the actual room template it represents. So we're going to say room template. Template. Well, I guess we can make you nullable. Well, it doesn't even make sense to make you nullable. Not even as an intermittent step. And this becomes widget.template.name. At least I don't think it makes any sense to make you nullable. We'll have to think about that. But this, instead of being a text, we can then immediately consume room template form, and then you controller.items at index. We need to make sure oh, I made this what if I called you room templates instead? And then this is room template form is what I called you. You import. It's a mining card that can run Baz Height and play Cyberpunk. Okay, cool. Right on. Oh, because I didn't do template here. There we go. You can't be null. And then everything is still hunky-dory and we're all wired up. So we could actually do in here and say We're going to want to make this not a column, though, I think. Or will we? That's not that. That's this. That's that. That's what I want. And then I could throw in here to prove that we're correctly wired up, just like so. Okay, perfect. All right. Now we need to think about this form. And we want to look at the one we already built, because we're going to take some inspiration for that. But let's, before we do that, I'm not sure I'm happy with my naming yet either, but we'll push that down the road a little bit. We're going to say, drop in the template widget and consume it in template for widget and consume it in the template widget. Push that up. I've tried to tell other people about this, but they just think I'm a bot trying to sell a product. Are you a bot trying to sell a product? Let's see. Skills and attributes. I'm defo not a bot. Why not? You could get some robot legs. I would like robot legs. Okay, so we put you into toggleable editor. The edit panel is what we called you, I think. Yes. So we put you in a scaffold here. And I'm not sure I want to do that in this case just yet, but then we use table. So I don't think I want expanded, because I don't want you to consume the whole space. I joined your Discord as a place I could share this. Not really. It's not really the sort of thing we do, man. We can try doing it this way without just putting the form and then the table in here. We don't need the editor container. Yeah, let's do that. So we need our form key for this one. Global key. Form state. Perfect. We'll do the same thing in here. Do we put you in a column here? No, we put you in a scaffold. And then an editor container, which has a container. Okay. We might be able to just skip straight to form. We'll see. We'll see. So we're going to chuck all this for now. Form. You need a form key. What are you mad about? Need a child. Okay, that's fine. We'll do a table like we did here. We need... I think we just put our spacing in here. Could be wrong, though. Table cell padding. Where did I put you? Oh, I put you over here. In widgets. Okay, cool. So I can just reuse you. Right meow. I mean, it's a cheap gaming PC alternative. I mean, that's fine, but like, that's just, we're just not doing that right about meow. We do need to do the vertical alignment to put you in the middle. And we want to do the same with the column widths. To give them the same ratio, relatively speaking. So 2 and 8. And then we'll do children here. You are a list of table row, just like over there. Perfect. You. This is the ID. And then this template UUID to string. It's a read-only field. What are we unhappy about here? Oh. I didn't wrap you in a table row. How silly of me. Okay. And then we see we have an ID. Okay. That's padded in too far, I think. Is that my table cell padding at work? It is. If we're gonna let that... Maybe we ditch the padding here and let the table doesn't seem to really have changed much. Make that closer to what it should be size-wise. I don't think form has a width. So maybe we need to column you. Or, actually... Can we get away with rowing you? Maybe. Or is it going to push us? I think we wound up pushed out, overflowing. But that was a different widget, so... And then... You in there, you there. Okay, well. That certainly didn't work. And that's going to make you overflow. Incorrect use of parent data widget. Okay. Let's try the column. That's better. Fits better, but give me my inspector. I need widget select mode to take a look here. What is shoving this wrap around? Is it because it's just so dang long? Select widget mode. It's because you have a padding. But we took a padding out. Where is the padding coming from then? Is it just table cell padding? No. Form, column, room template form, container. Where the hell was that padding at? Container. Padding. But I took you out. Ew. I took you out of the wrong one. That's why nothing changed. Body, tab bar view, room templates. What? Container. It's my header stuff. Scaffold, default tab controller, expanded, scaffold, app bar, title spacing is 0. Body, tab bar view. Room templates. Template container. Here's where the padding is. That's better. Okay. I knew I put it in there somewhere. So because this widget is only for this guy, I'm happy to take him out of there and let these guys kind of run out further. And this should even run further once it doesn't word wrap. Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfectly fine. Because it's kind of supposed to be a bigger design based on the default size here. So rebuild, go back to map editor. Actually, I should be able to... Yeah, I can just toggle that. Okay. Good. Now let's go ahead and rough in the rest of these fields real quick. And Twitch, y'all are going to have some ads here in just a second. Okay. Table row. Next table row. And I'm going to grab my other IDE, and we're in a room. I'm going to close this and then open our new ones. room templates, ID, and then it has a const. Table cell padding. Text in here. Name. And after that, oh, I forgot to put you in. Your list. There we go. And then another table cell padding. Come down here so I can actually see what I'm doing. Did that all kinds of wonky. There we go. So we'll get him in here. Name placeholder. Description. So padding. Description. And for these guys over here, when I was doing this, I put you in a row so that you could be shrunk down. But this form is much, much smaller, so I don't think I want to do that. I'm just going to do that for now. And then we need one more for verbose. And that. And then for the verbose over here, I did another thing. I just said, okay, just a text form field max lines. Okay. That's fine. We can handle that. No problemo. The problemo is going to come in where this guy is just kind of too small in Flutterland. Like, it doesn't get pretty until here. I could do the same thing I did over here with the overflow, wrong one, overflow ellipsis, and maybe I will. Except for these, yeah. It's a text overflow. Ellipsis. We'll do the same thing for this one and for this one. Is that better? Oh yeah, that's way, way better. And if we go... Yeah, okay. That way, if you need to expand it out and read it more, you can. But otherwise, it'd be that. I probably want to do it up here as well. Just to keep things a little saner. Because, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to add one more. I'm just going to tweak the last digit. You're going to be bar room bar. And then then if I reload, then you appear here, so we can kind of start to get an idea of how you're going to look. And I'm reasonably happy with this for a placeholder, for sure. Okay, let's do a commit for that. Come over here, please. Drop in the table form fields table. And we're going to start double check what's going on there. Nothing crazy. Okay. So we're going to need some text controllers. That's what's going to be next, because that's what we need for text form fields in here. And thankfully, these guys are just... Oh, interesting. They hide completely at a certain point. That's kind of cool, actually. Unintentional, but nifty. We can probably make this hide point a little bit bigger or better, but we'll worry about that later. So we need text controllers. I'm done there, I think. Text editing controller. There we go. Name controller. Text editing controller. Text gets immediately set to template dot. This is widget.template.name. Oh, actually, hang on. So I need to do the wrong place. Oh, I can't access you in an initializer. That's right. So you need to be a late. That's fine. We need to do the same thing we did up over here. Init state. We super init state. And then we need to also in here have it's late over there. We'll do the same thing here. You are room template, and then we'll call you we'll template copy right there, and then we're gonna have let's just call it modified. We're gonna need you eventually too. Then in here, oops, did that. We do the same thing where we say our editable template copy is widget.template. Nope. Room template. .clone this guy. And then we do the same thing where you register a callback here. I'm pretty sure we still need to do a set state in there at the end of everything, because all of these guys are going to get set in there. Oops. We also need to override dispose. Name controller, dispose. We need to call super as well. Okay. Now we can do name instead of this. Is it not text edit form? Text form field is what you are. Text form field. Controller is name controller. And then we also need to do validator and onchanged, I think. Unchanged validator, yes. Validator value if value is null or value is empty, return name may not be blank, otherwise return null. And then on changed, we have the access to the value here as well. We can say template copy name equals value, and then if it's not modified, we set it to modified. Okay. And that gets us our editable guide there. Now, I think I did... Yes, I did fancy things, and we want to keep that same style going here. Fix my little patty pad here. We want to keep the same style going. We're happy with that style. It was input decoration. I'm just going to YOLO this. Hang on. Hold on to your butts. Put, no. Style, input decoration. Filled true. It does not like that. It's text style? Okay, hang on. It's not style then. Decoration. There we go. Yes, good. That, input border none as well. And that round fixes my rounded corners too. Couldn't remember if it was part of that or not. Something else. Okay. So there's that part done. We now need to do a description, controller, and all of its bits and pieces. So we'll that. This actually needs to not be this. It needs to be that. Oops. And then we make sure dispose of it. And we do the same thing here. Text form field. Controller is description controller. Actually, hang on. I'm going to put my style. I did up here. Okay, good. Filled. Border. Input. Border. None. Just like so. Perfect. On changed value, we do the same. We arrow funked it before. We'll do that again. And we'll say editable template copy dot description equals value. And then if not modified, set state modified is true, like so. Lastly, down here, validator value return if value is null or it's not it, not is, it's equals or value dot is empty, return the empty, otherwise return null. Okay, we should be squared away there, and indeed we are. Perfection. Meow. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling for a little bit here. Take a swig of this delicious beverage. Okay. Verbose description. Wait, final text editing controller. Verbose description controller. Text editing controller. Text editable copy. Verbose description. On our dispose override. Verbose. Dispose. Down here. That's good. This text form field. Style will do, not style, decoration. We'll do decoration. Filled, true, border, input decoration, input, border, none. Controller. Verbose description controller on changed value. Keep that consistent. We say editable template copy. Verbose description is value. And then if not modified, set state, modified, true. Lastly, in the wrong spot, up here, validator, value. If value is null or is empty, that may not be empty. Otherwise, return null. Okay. And then you also, I need to do max line height. Is that the... Description. Help text. Max lines is what it is. We'll say... We'll do a 5 still. Just to give it a little chunk. And that's looking pretty dang good to me. Okay. Let's get that manageable. Fill in the text editor fields. Get things styled. Now let's go ahead and at the end of all of that, table row, end of the table, end of the form, we're going to add a row. And in here, up here, main axis alignment, end, which put it on the right-hand side. What was I using over here? I put them down, a floating action button. Okay, so we're going to keep using that. We'll just do a quick print, save, clicked. As a placeholder. And then we'll do this one, which is print, delete, clicked, until we get all of these pieces wired up in here. And then we also want to say, let's just say 20. That gives them a little bit of room to breathe. And I want to put you in a padding, because I want to give you just a little bit symmetric. Let's just try 1010 real fast. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Much, much better. Just kind of pulls them out of there a little bit. And then this is going to be the save. So we're going to say, and this is supposed to be last, I believe. Oh, missing a comma. There we go. Child, icon, save. Perfect. This one, on the other hand, child, cons dot. Delete forever outlined, I believe, is what we've been using. We could find out. File, status effects. Yes. Map editor. And then color. Background color. This theme of context from color scheme dot error container. Yes. And then foreground color of context color scheme dot on error container. I believe that to be correct. it's definitely more of a pinky. And that gives us our warning for delete. Okay, which should match this, for example. And it does. Perfect. Love it. Oh, and we can also check save clicked, delete clicked, everything's good there. Perfect. Okay. Add buttons to template form. Okay, now the other things we need to set up in here are going to be we have access to the no, we don't have access to the controller in here, which is fine. We don't really need it. What we just need to do here is wire up this guy. Could be nullable, is nullable, on save. Same thing here, and I think I need to do this on delete. This dot on save, this dot on delete. And then instead of printing, on save, but I need to say if you're not null, we call you, otherwise null. Like so. We need to do the same thing here on delete. Or null. And then up here where we create you, controller, not this one, this one. Template is that. On save, we're gonna say print saved. On delete, print delete, deleted. That, and then I should be able to see them still. Deleted, saved, perfect. Okay. But I need to, in here, call the form submit logic first. And then display. And how was I doing that? No, I don't need to display. I just need to set it. Over here. Yeah, we did apply over here. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. In here, we're going to do this. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Perfect. Just break this up a little bit so it's easier to read. Okay. We're going to do the same thing here. We'll put you in set state. I've done this wrong. There we go. And we'll do the same thing here where we say if form key dot current state, which can't be null, validate. If it's validated, then we we've already null checked this one in here, so we don't need to do that. We do need I forgot about that. We do need to give it a value. And this is going to be, in both cases, a room template. Which will break this. No, it won't. Okay. I'm gonna break this, but that's fine. Editable template copy. Same deal here. Editable template copy. Where are you broken? Room template model. Oh, no, not there. Template, which, oh yeah, you're going to be broken over here. That's right. I need to pull this over here. This, we're going to do that. And here we're going to say that. Same deal here. And now we should see foo room saved. And we don't. Delete worked. What did I miss? Delete works. Oh, because I don't need this. Silly me. I just need that. There we go. Room saved, room deleted. Perfect. And the same for bar room and bar room. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's also test while we're here. Oh, not that. Save. Yeah. Name may not be blank. Description may not be blank. You're allowed to be blank. You shouldn't be allowed to be blank. Did I forget to... No, you should definitely be in there. Verbose description. Validator, value, return. Oh, because I didn't actually have you empty. There we go. Okay. We do have a slight wiggle problem there, though. I don't lock that. We need to... inside of here, table row, table row, table row, table row. I'm looking for table itself. Do I not have the ability to space between them either? Gosh. Um, I don't want it to be obnoxious. Let's see here. Like, this shouldn't be complicated. It should just be a little space. This is way too complicated for what I want. Okay, so there is padding on the list view. This is the table. Oh, yeah, right. Duh, it's not a list view, it's a table. Row spacer. Wrap the table row in a padding class. It's gonna make me wiggle still, though. Um... I could, I suppose. Could wrap the form in padding. That could be a-okay. Let's test that theory. I'm also gonna want a reload button here, I believe. Anywho. Padding, let's do vertical 20. I do like that a little bit more. It gives it a little bit room to breathe. And then if I do this, it still wiggles though. That's pretty annoying. I'm gonna have to do a little dig in there. Ah. Let's try this. They have an idea. If we set helper text to just an empty space, it should reserve the space for us, in theory. Let's put it. Oops, that ain't it then. Text form field. Oh, it's in decoration, that's where. Cool. Helper text. A spacey. And then we'll just bounce. Oops. There and back again. You have empty new lines, that's why you're hard to clear. Ah, perfect. Love it. Do the same thing. For these guys. And you. Absolute perfection. Fan-freaking-tastic. Okay. I'm going to leave the padding in, though, because I liked that it gave it a little bit of room to breathe in the top and the bottom. Do enjoy. Okay. Let's double check here. Oh, I overflow. I need to fix that. That's gonna be in a row. I don't think... Yeah, no, this isn't gonna work. I'm 99.9% sure I'm not allowed to do this. I think I've already tried this once. No, but maybe I am. It's still gonna overflow, though. In theory, row should already be expanded to the full width. So I need to do something here about that. Let's see here, I can use the flexible widget. Okay. Stop that. Let's give that a shot. Flexible And then soft wrap to true. Oh, that wasn't expanded, not flexible. This one has fit, flex fit, loose is what they said. Let's give it a shot. See how we like it. Incorrect use of parent data widget. Okay, well, now we know. And also doesn't fix the problem as well, on top of that. Okay. Why didn't it give us the same error on expanded, though? Like, it's super happy to let us do that. But there is, so soft wrap false. Soft wrap true. Oh, that's on, okay, that's on the text. My bad. Nope, that's not what I was thinking it is. We could put you in a scroll, which might just be the best answer. We're almost at 3 hours, so actually I'm gonna stop here. We're gonna do a commit, and we're just gonna wrap up. So we kind of did all of the things here. Just gonna say find form widgets, add callbacks for save and delete, add buttons for saving, deleting. Okay. Perfect. All right, so thank you for those of you who came to hang out with me and work along and do whatever it was you did. It was good to see those of you who I saw swing through. If you like this kind of thing, I do it roughly for 4 days a week for 2 hours or so, kind of depending on what I got going on. Starting today and ending on Monday. So I will be back here tomorrow doing the same thing, and I'd love to